Hello, I'm Park, and follow me down the rabbit hole. You're watching A Reader's World. May's finally over, and June is upon us, and that means 19 more days of school, kids. Oh wait, that's just for me. I get out of school on June 19th. Yay. Anyway, today I'm gonna film my May wrap-up and June TBR. Let's get started. So the first book I read this month was The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This book is just fluff. There's not really a plot except a girl debating on who to choose or what. It's basically Twilight for young adults who don't like vampires who sparkle and werewolves. I didn't really connect with the characters. The main character was kind of annoying to me. And yeah, the next book after that I read was Obsidian by Jennifer L. and this was the Bookish and Brainy book of the month. I really liked it. It was so funny and enjoyable, and I just loved all the characters, and it was so good. Even though it's about aliens, I just felt all the characters were so realistic in the way Katie reacted to stuff was just so realistic, and just, oh, I applaud Jennifer L. After Obsidian, I finally read City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This book was so good. I loved it. It was so well done. City of Bones was, like, good. City of Ashes was okay, but I really loved City of Glass. And I'm gonna continue on the series in the summer, if I have time, due to my school closing on June 19th. Come on! Thanks a lot, Elsa. After that, I read Lies Beneath by some girl. I don't know the author's name. This book follows a new take on mer people where they use human souls to eat energy or something like that. And this mer family tries to get revenge on this family because their descendants killed their mother or something. They use the main character, who's the youngest merman, to get close to the family's daughter, and then he ends up falling in love with her. I felt the premise of the story was very intriguing, but the way it was, like, put out was very unprofessional. You know how in Twilight, Edward watches Bella while she sleeps and you think it's kind of stalkerish? This main character takes stalking to a whole new level. He works where she works, he watches them eat their dinner, he watches her hanging out with friends. It's really creepy, and the romance was so forced, and the main character was so unlikable, and it was so bad. I've not only lost hope in werewolf books, but I've lost hope in mermaid books too. Now, the next book I'm going to talk about, I might get some hate on this. So if I see pitchforks outside and people yelling and screaming, then I know why. The next, I read The Air by Kirka. I didn't really love the selection series, but I wanted to read The Air to see what I thought of it, and also the cover is really beautiful. I had high hopes for this book because my friend loved this book. Everyone was giving it 5 stars on Goodreads. This book was so bad. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Adon is one of those characters who's stubborn, but not good stubborn. Even though this isn't the point of view of the person who's leading the selection, it just felt the same thing over again, like the selection series. I think we should have done it in a male perspective. Also, the thing that really annoyed me too was that her and Kyle's, like, romance was so forced. They hated each other in the beginning, and then suddenly they love each other so much. I'm just like, what the heck? This is the Romeo and Juliet of our time. Two people from different caste systems instantly fall in love. Can't believe I have to read Romeo and Juliet next year. The only thing I liked about this was the side characters. After The Air, I had to read another book that I bought recently, and that was Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I just love Barnes & Noble special editions so much. This book takes place in the 80s where two people fall in love, and it's really well done. I loved it so much. This book is where the romance takes so much time, but it's so good that they take so much time for the romance. And I just loved both the characters. I just loved her writing style. Read it now, please. Also, I've heard this is becoming a movie, so. Last book that I read this month, and that was The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Yeah, I never have read this book. It was so much fun to go back and read the characters I love so much. So here are the books I'll read in June. Sadly, the book I'm reading right now and probably will finish in June is Call of the Wild by Jack London. Even thinking about this book makes me tired. If you don't know, I have to read this for school, and if you want to hear my thoughts on school reading, I'll put the link to my video right here. I'll wait for you to click on it. Why does my English teacher praise this book? The book I'm reading for pleasure right now is Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. I read Anna and the French Kiss and I really liked it. And I was at the library and I was just strolling through the shelves and I found this book and my dad was rushing me to get out of the library, so I was like, okay, I'll get this book. Something is going on with my library of Stephanie Perkins books, because every time I get a book of Stephanie Perkins from the library, something is always wrong with it. When I was reading Anna and the French Kiss from my library, they were these weird orange spots for like 20 pages and it was not there for a reason. Someone put it there. And then for Lola, every 5th page, there's a huge dog-eared page. I'm fine when you dog-ear your own book, but when it's a library book that everyone wants to read and you just have thousands of dog ears, just no. Or if you want to stab an orange marker in 20 pages, then do that on your own book, not in a library book. That is one of my pet peeves, when people treat library books not like their own books. Just to remind you, if you damage this book in any way, you have to pay for it. The next book I want to read this month is The Outsiders by S.E. Hitchin, because, yeah, guess what, I didn't get to read it for English. Everyone in my school is raving about this book while I'm stuck with Call of the Wild. The next book is kind of random. I just remember that everyone was liking it and then I reserved it at the library. And that is Dorothy Must Die by Daniel Page. When I first saw this in Barnes & Nobles with my dad, we were both so critical of it and we're like, why would you do that to the Wizard of Oz? And now I'm like, well, everyone's liking it, so I better give it a try. Still so tired from Call of the Wild. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what you read in May and what you are hoping to read in June. See ya!